Joining us now to talk more is Reverend Monsignor Kevin Irwin, a professor at the Catholic University of America. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Most welcome. Thank you.
So look, it's a milestone, 70 years old. What kind of significance does this first birthday as Pope have for Pope Leo?
Well, he's got a lot on his plate, number one, but I would say that part of the message of turning 70 is that the cardinals in the conclave decided not someone too young and not someone too old. And it was the perfect age and energetic man. But I think, remember, those who voted him in knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Hopefully he has a lot of good years ahead of him. What has Pope Leo achieved so far from his agenda? What would you say are his main focuses?
Well, the first word he spoke after being made Pope was peace. He entertained Zelensky at Castle Gandolfo this summer. He's been very clear about reconciliation in the world, and to any extent he can, he wants to facilitate that. So I think on a general level, it's an international big picture papacy so far. Mm-hmm. What he's got to do now is name his staff and begin to give them an agenda. But I think it's important to know that he's following in the footsteps of Francis with regard to environment and with regard to interreligious dialogue and the question of synodality.
Right, and many questioned if he would sort of carry this progressive torch that Pope Francis carried himself. Some thought Pope Francis was too progressive. Others thought he was exactly what the world needed. How do you think he does compare, if you want to expand on that a little bit?
Well, popes are like cardinals, and the bird cardinal, they never fly in flocks. They fly by themselves. So every pope is going to be different, and they bring their strengths and weaknesses to the table. However, it's very clear to me that this Pope, Leo, is very much in continuity with Francis.
All right. Well, Catholic officials have indicated that Pope Leo plans to visit Lebanon for his first international trip sometime by December. What kind of an impact would a trip like that have, and why do you think he chose Lebanon?
Well, I think this follows in line with Pope Francis, his document on we're all brothers and sisters to all. It's largely a Muslim country. It's not the top 40 Catholic countries. It's got a very strong Maronite population. Catholic population, Jewish population. So it's an example of, I think, ecumenism at its best and interreligious dialogue at its best. And it would not be a blockbuster trip because we Catholics are not that numerous in Lebanon.
Right. I want to get your thoughts on the news of the day. I'm really happy that you're here to be able to lend us your expertise on this. The nation is on edge after this political assassination of Charlie Kirk. He was also very outspoken about his traditional Christian faith, as we know. How do you believe the faithful can lean on their faith and use that as a source of strength during these tough times? We've got the candlelight vigil happening today as well for him. How can folks lean on their faith?
Well, it seems to me that in any tragedy, we have to look for what life comes out of this. So when a family loses a family member to cancer, it's a tragedy, but some good's got to come out of this and could be a stronger faith than was before. It seems to me that we do a disservice to Mr. Kirk if we politicize it and not remember he was a very, very fierce believer and prayer. And those examples, I think, would be helpful to anyone who is looking at the U.S. right now.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.